You're alive.
I'm alive and well in podcast land. This is Ask Dr. Love. I'm your host, Dr. George Xavier Love from the Blue Dragon Qigong Academy. And today is Freebie Fridays. Today is the day of love. And I am full of love for you because I've got so much information to drop. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it all in. Today's topic is the 4 methods of self-healing. So we're going to get out as much as we can of the 4 topics, but I think we're going to have to come back and recover some of the topics. So any comments, questions about Asian medicine, acupuncture, herbal medicine, healing, and your health? Now's the time to put your questions in, because once I get rolling, I'm going to drop a lot of pearls today. The blue dragons carry pearls. In case you're not into dragons, they carry pearls. So you're dropping pearls of wisdom today. So the first method of healing is called drumming and dancing. And the flip side of that is moving meditation. The second thing is self-massage and ear reflexology. And we've got a reverse aging facial, and we've got a nighttime 9 foot massage. And we'll go into that. Then the third method of self-healing is healing foods and teas. And that's a subject I think we're going to have a separate podcast just for that. And the last one is Qigong breathing. We've got 4 breathing exercises and a way to move energy through the Tai Chi pole that some people call the macrocosmic orbit. So those are the 4 methods, and we're going to start right at the top. So what is drumming and dancing for self-healing? Well, when your hand hits a drum, and of course I should have had a drum, but you know what a drum looks like. When your hand hits a drum, it creates a vibration that literally goes into your heart. There's a membrane around the heart called the pericardium. Cardium, heart. Peri, next to. So the pericardium also receives this vibration. Every time you lift your arm for drumming, you literally lift your ribs and close your ribs. So if you're drumming 30, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, you're literally benefiting your heart and your lungs. That's what we call cardiovascular. And that also sends blood to your brain. So now the rhythm that you develop from doing this also sets up brainwave patterns that stimulate neural cell production. So that means you create new neural pathways with rhythm and dance and drumming. Because when you hear that drum, you can't help but move. You just want to move. Even little kids, whenever we do drum circles, and there's little kids, and I mean infants, toddlers, they start moving around to the drums, and they don't even know what it is. It's not even part of their cultural background, but they hear those drums, little kids start moving, and that triggers your nervous system immune response. Wow. Now, the drumming activates the first 3 chakras. So your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your splenic chakra are all stimulated, and your power chakra, which is the solar plexus, all get stimulated by drumming. Now, if you manage to sing or play the flute, you can actually activate the 4th and 5th chakra. And if you play bells or strings, you can activate 6th or 7th chakra. So that's how music can stimulate the endocrine system. And dancing also makes the 7 endocrine glands literally open up. So we've got the pineal in the back, pituitary in the front, thyroid in the side of the neck, thymus gland, pancreas, and then we have the adrenal glands, and then we have the gonads. Now, the gonads is just a general term that includes both the ovaries and the testes. And if you bang on your hip bones, you create an internal vibration that activates those. Now, we also teach body drumming. If you come to the online Boost Your Immune System class every morning, when we stimulate the lungs, the heart, liver, spleen, liver, right kidney, left kidney, Jing Chi. So the Jing field includes the first 3 chakras. The Chi field includes chakra 4, 5, and 6. And the Shen field includes chakra 5, 6, and 7. Now, I'm presupposing that you know what the chakras are. So maybe I should backtrack and explain just a little. So we already said the pituitary was in the front. That's what we call the brow chakra. Then we have the throat chakra. That's chakra number 5. Then we have the 4th chakra, which is the heart chakra. The 3rd chakra is the solar plexus chakra. The 2nd chakra is the splenic chakra. And the root chakra is the nerve plexus from the vagus nerve, which goes all the way down to the perineum, which connects the anus, the uterus, the bladder, the ovaries, the large intestines, the small intestines. Everything that's below your belly button is connected via nerve plexus through your root chakra. And the drumming, playing that, activates the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So as we dance and your spine undulates like a snake, you actually open your endocrine system. And what's amazing is the endocrine glands are what we call ductless glands. That means there's no way to connect them. So how do they work? They work through the interstitial fluid. What's the interstitial fluid? That's all of the water that's inside the body that's not blood, that's not lymphatic fluid. Everything else is interstitial fluid. And that's how the endocrine glands communicate with each other. And that's how hormones move through the body. So when you dance, you're literally moving the hormones through the body. Wow. They never taught us that in dance class. They never taught us that when I got my master's of fine arts. They never taught any of those information about how anatomy and physiology work with just dancing and drumming. Wow. So when we do the body drumming in the morning, we go heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing Chi. So that Jing field includes the first 3 chakras. The Chi field includes the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And it overlaps the 5th chakra. And the Shen field is 4, 5, and 6. So the 3rd chakra overlaps 1, 2, 3 with the Chi field, which is 3, 4, 5. And the Shen field is 5, 6, 7. So the 3rd chakra and the 5th chakra overlap in the 3 fields of Jing, Qi, and Shen. And in Chinese medicine, we call this the 3 treasures. Wow. They didn't even teach me that in acupuncture school. Only my Qigong master explained this to me 4 or 5 years after I finished acupuncture school. So this is some really detailed information that most acupuncturists don't get, most Qigong players don't get, Tai Chi practitioners don't get, and certainly not martial artists. They don't get any of this information. So you are really lucky to have Dr. Love explain this to you. Now we're going to flip it to the slow side, because the dance and the drumming, that's all active. That builds yang energy. Now we're going to flip it to moving meditation. So we have a chi ball. We have a chi baton. We have a chi baton laying around. And we have a chi baton, and we can actually move this as a diameter of a circle. So this is a 3D dimensional imaginary ball. So as we move, and this is pretty heavy. This is like a pound. This is pretty solid. So as we breathe out and then we breathe in. So as we move this in a circle, we literally lift the chi, extend the chi, drop the chi, and pull the chi in. So we literally merge with a ball of chi and then extend it out. And then we merge with the ball of chi, and then we push the ball of chi outside the body. So this is what we call moving meditation. Now, once we have the understanding of how the chi moves through the body, then we try to move it with our minds without even moving the hands. We just want to move the chi with the breath. So we want to visualize it in our mind's eye. And without moving, we want to pull that ball of chi up, push it out, breathe out, pull it in, breathe in. Now, of course, that's going to take you a couple, 3 years to master that. And we actually start with the chi baton. But eventually you'll get to the place where you can literally visualize the ball going in and out of your body. That's amazing. And that is self-healing. So when I met my Tibetan master, he took me to a friend of his, Genpo Time. And he had tankas on the wall. Those are silk paintings on the wall. And a lot of the gurus had little red, yellow, and blue balls above their heads. And I said, what do those little balls represent? And they said, oh, that's Tiggle. And I'm like, yeah, what's Tiggle? And they said, oh, they're little balls of light. And I said, where do they come from? And they said, oh, they're self-generated. And I'm like, wait a second. The guru can self-generate a ball of light in different colors and just pop it out of his head? And they're like, yeah, of course he can. I'm like, no, slow down. Run that past me again. I'm not getting it. And they said, after you've been meditating 5-10 years, you can literally generate a ball of light out of your body. And then you can have them in the air. And some can even do 5, 6, and 7 balls of light. And my brain just collapsed. I'm like, I can't even understand that, let alone figure out how somebody else can do it. Well, don't you know, 10 years later, I learned how to generate a ball of light and push it out of my body and send it outside of Florida to another state into another student, who then woke up and called me on the phone and said, why is there a pulsating ball of light in my bedroom? And I know it came from you. So all things are possible when you know how and you practice meditation on a daily basis. And this is self-healing in the tradition of the medicine Buddha we call the Blue Buddha. And I'm empowered to teach the Blue Buddha meditation in 3 different traditions. So if the movement and the meditation is something you want to learn, then I'm happy to teach it. Just comment DM me in IG, find some way to communicate with me, and we'll have a private meditation class. Okay. So before I go on to the next subject of the next four, I'm going to stop and ask if there's any questions about what I just said before I go into the next self-healing topic. Do we have any questions or comments? I love this.
No questions or comments.
That's great. Okay. So the next one is self-massage and ear reflexology, which is part of the reverse aging facial. So I'm going to break this down for you very quickly. We have 6 senses. We have the nose, we have the eyes, we have intuition, we have hearing, we have taste, we have touch. So there are 6 senses, not 5. So we want to be able to increase the sensory awareness of our 6 senses. And when we're able to do that, guess what happens? If we can increase our extra sensory awareness, then that means we can literally send energy. You can literally touch people. Now, if you have a pet, a cat or a dog, and you hold your hand 2-3 inches above the cat or dog, and you just do this, you're stroking their auric field or their energy field, and their hair will literally stand up to meet your hand. You can do that with rubbing your hands together. Okay. So why don't you try that? Do it on the back of your hand because I'm wearing sleeves. Yeah. Yeah. I can feel the heat coming out of my hands. So last night, Eddie and Katniss and I were playing with chi. We were making giant chi balls and throwing them in the air. And they were laughing so hard from playing with chi balls, they didn't even know it was possible. And then Eddie went and shared this with some other people who kind of sort of knew what Qigong was, but never had the actual experience. And in less than 10 minutes, they were like, okay, dude, I'm in. I'm going to do the deep dive on Qigong right there with you. So everyone has this capability of generating Qi, moving Qi inside their body, and then moving outside their body to connect to other people. That is part of the self-healing you were born with. But we weren't born in America with a culture that recognizes that, fosters that, or teaches that. So now you have to go to someone outside the country, Tibet, Nepal, India, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Laos, Cambodia. And yeah, I've been to all those countries. So you can learn all this from somebody right here. So that is motivation. I don't know, inspiration. It's totally up to you if you want to learn how to self-heal. So we've got an 8-minute process where we massage the eyes, we massage the ears, we massage the nose, we click the teeth, we pluck the thyroid, we stimulate the sinuses. We go through this 8-minute process for the 6 senses. And then we move energy through the body. And I touch on this from time to time. It's called Paida, but it's also called Qi sensing. And again, my hand is barely touching, barely. And I'm putting heat and I'm literally moving the interstitial fluid and the blood through the heat of the center of my palm. This is another self-healing method. And I do this course every other month. Every 2 months, I teach this course. So if you're interested in learning how to self-heal and emit Qi, you've got to take the basic Qigong course first, and then you can take the Qi self-healing emission course. Now, the next thing is the nighttime 9, which is the foot reflexology. Now, starting on the bottom of the foot, there's 3 meridians: kidney, liver, and spleen. So kidney starts on the bottom and comes up to the knee joint. Liver starts on the big toe, comes up to the knee joint. Spleen starts on the big toe, comes up to the knee joint. So kidney, liver, spleen all start on the foot and have 9 acupressure points on the leg ending at the knee. So if you spend 30 seconds massaging one point on the kidney and then 30 seconds massaging the same point on the opposite leg, and if each night you spend 9 minutes, 9 points, 30 seconds, 60 seconds on each leg. 60 seconds on each leg, that's 9 minutes on each leg. And make that part of your practice before you go to sleep at night. So first night you do kidney, second night you do spleen, third night you do liver, kidney, liver, spleen, kidney, liver, spleen. So in 30 days, you will have done each leg yin meridian 10 times. So it's sort of like ironing the chi in your leg. I don't know if you can see up here. You probably can. Okay. So as we massage up, so you spend 10 seconds, let it go. 10 seconds, let it go. 10 seconds, let it go. You can literally move the chi up. And at the end of a month, your kidney, liver, spleen meridians are now free and clear because they are the filters for the heart. The kidneys filter all the fluids, the spleen filters all the fluids, and the liver filters all the blood. So they are filters for the heart. So anything we can do to benefit kidney, liver, spleen also benefits the heart. And it's going to help you sleep better at night. Oh my God. You're on your feet all day. Gravity compressing your spine. Gravity sending fluid into your legs. And now when you're laying down in bed and your feet are up and you massage your feet, and it'd be really helpful for self-healing to soak your feet in hot water for 10 minutes. 10 minutes hot soapy water, 10 minutes Epsom salts, 10 minutes lavender oil. Put whatever in there. I'll send you several recipes of the stuff that you can put in the hot water. But it's important. Soak your feet for 10 minutes. Then rub the bottom of your feet. Then if your feet are dry or cracked, you can get a pumice stone and you can rub your heels and your toes. This is all part of self-healing. Now, if by some weird chance you got cancer, God forbid that should not happen to you. But if you got cancer and you were physically healthy and you were eating healing foods and drinking teas, your chances of beating it are 90% better than if you never exercise, never massage yourself, never do breathing exercises, and don't have any way of enjoying life through dancing and drumming. These are all preventive methods for healing. Prevention is the only cure. I say that several times a day. Top cancer, lung cancer. What causes lung cancer? Smoking, high caloric diet, lack of exercise. What can you do? Stop smoking, stop eating so much crap, and dance. Number 2, breast cancer. Top 3 causes: smoking, emotional stress, too tight bra, lack of exercise. Too tight bra, loosen your bra. Emotional stress, go dancing. Lack of exercise, chi dancing. Colorectal cancer. Top 3 causes: not enough fiber, not enough water, not enough exercise. Go dancing. Drink more water, eat more salads, eat more fruits. Pancreatic cancer. Top 3 causes: emotional stress, high caloric diet, too much sugar, and eating too many different kinds of foods with chemicals and additives and coloring agents and processed packaged foods. No. What do? Change your diet, self-massage, drink more water. Prostate cancer, number 5. What causes prostate cancer? Making love on a full stomach, not exercising, not drinking enough water. Wow. All these are diet and lack of exercise related. You can prevent the top 5 cancers just by doing my recommendations. Eddie, what's our time like?
What time?
It's about that time.
No, we got time for some questions.
We got time for some questions because the next 2 methods of healing, which is the healing teas and foods, I know we're not going to have time to go into that in depth. And then the macrocosmic orbit, moving energy through the body, and the breathing exercises. I know we won't have enough time for that. So we're going to stop and ask questions, and we'll take those 2 topics up in a different podcast.
Hi, Dr. Love. I love your teachings. What about thyroid cancer?
Thyroid cancer. Okay. Can we prevent it, or do we already have thyroid cancer? That is the issue. Most people have a thyroid problem before they get the cancer. So if you come to me with the problem, I can prevent you getting the cancer. I can actually prevent you from having thyroid surgery. But if you wait until you get cancer, you limit the things that I can do for you. Because once Western medicine has you in their little grubby clutches, that's a really hard one to fight. So I suggest you contact me off the air, and we'll look at what your options are with cancer.
Well, remember, somebody just text in their questions because they text at Ask Dr. Love to
81010. All right.
And she asked a question personally. Mm-hmm. Are there benefits of soaking feet in apple cider vinegar?
Wow, I have not heard that one before. You have stumped Dr. Love. You get a free Qigong class because nobody stumped me in 17 years.
Well, she's in the Qigong class.
Oh, she's in the Qigong class. Well, we'll figure that out. No, I've never heard of soaking your feet in apple cider vinegar. I will investigate.
What about cervical and breast cancer? I guess what are the causes and what can you do to prevent?
Okay, well, we already covered breast cancer, which is too tight bra. But cervical cancer, you will not believe how to treat cervical cancer. It's raw food, same as pancreatic cancer. If I put you on raw food for 30 days and then send you back for the test, if you're, let's say you're stage 4, you're going to go to stage 2, and you do another 30 days of raw food, it's going to be non-detectable. I've been doing this for 35 years. So I know how to treat cervical cancer. Raw foods. Oh, the raw food class is going to be starting in June, the 3rd week of June. We're going to be doing raw food class. We're going to pray that the quarantine is over by June 15th. We're coming up June. We're a week away from June 1st. And we're 3 weeks away from June 15th. So we're going to figure all that out. By June 15th, cooking classes will be every week. So we're testing all the recipes. Everything I'm going to teach, I'm making now. Every day, I'm making food for the tribe. And everybody's going ballistic over the food. So stay tuned so you can enroll in that course. And we'll let you know that soon.
Somebody asked you to speak on fasting.
Speak on fasting. Fast from food and feast on health. As Americans, we have a tendency to eat more calories than our bodies require. So when you do that, the body has to store the excess. So excess starch gets converted to fat. Fat and toxins bind together. Fat is stored first in the liver, then in the body, and then in the brain. Your brain is 50% fat. So when you fast, and I'm going to use the general term fast before I go into the Blue Dragon Feast. So fasting just means stopping from something. So you can do a fruit fast, you can do a water fast, you can do a juice fast. It's a temporary restriction of intake. It's also called mono diet. So you could eat one apple a day for 3 days. You could eat one orange a day for 3 days, or you could eat one apple 3 times a day, or one orange 3 times a day for 1, 2, or 3 days. That's what we call a temporary fast. Now, if you're familiar with fasting, if you're physiologically used to fasting, then your next step would be a water fast, and then you can go to an air fast. Now, in Chinese, in the Blue Dragon system, we do bigu. Bigu means without grain. So we start with eliminating all grains and starches. Then we go to eliminating all foods. Then we go to eliminating water. And then we end up eating air. And there's specific Qigong exercises that we do when we eat air. And we do 100-day fasts of just air. Now, I got up to 40 days twice. I didn't get past 40 days. But there are many Qigong masters who do 100 days. So now, our fast, the Blue Dragon Juice Feast, is a 21-day program. And we juice for dinner for 1 week. And then the second week, we juice for breakfast and dinner. And then the third week, we juice 4 times a day. So we go from 2 meals to 1 meal to no meal. We go from 1 juice to 2 juice to 4 juices. And in 21 days, you're going to lose 10 plus pounds. And then the next week, we do raw foods. Now, what is raw? Well, I'm not going to tell you what the raw is. I'm going to tell you the good news, which is we teach you how to make pesto. So Dr. Love spread the love pesto, which is a nut meat pate. So we'll use Brazil nuts, and we'll use cilantro and olive oil and garlic and Dr. Love special curry. Or we'll use spinach and walnuts, or we use basil and pumpkin seeds. So we've got 8 different combinations of nuts and greens with the olive oil, the garlic, and Dr. Love special seasoning. And that's the good news of the raw foods. And that's the 28-day green clean Dr. Love's Juice Feast.
If you're underweight, is it still safe to fast?
It is absolutely safe to fast if you are underweight. I took HIV positive people who were like 87 pounds and had a T cell count of 4. And I put them on 4 juices a day for 7 to 14 days. And you'd be amazed at how all of a sudden they blossomed. They started gaining weight, their skin got better, and their T cell count went from 4 to 400 in less than 14 days. It's safe if you're coming out of surgery. It's safe if you're preparing for surgery. It's safe if you're on heart medication. It's safe if you're a diabetic. The juice feasting is safe under all medical conditions.
And how did you feel during and after you fasted for 40 days?
Somewhere between the 10th and the 14th day of the air fasting, I just didn't want to get out of bed. I felt beat down. The morning of the 15th day, all of a sudden, whoop, it's like somebody plugged me into electricity. It was amazing. And When I got to 35 days, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like skin and bones. I was like, maybe we should not. But then I'm like, who's running the show? Is my perception of your perception of what I look like? Do I look too thin? Or is my perception about how I feel more important? And when I woke up on the 41st day, I was like, okay, now it's time to break it. So every day I had a conversation with myself and I felt zooped. And I broke my fast with watermelon juice.
What are the benefits of fasting at taking that longer staggered approach versus just a day or two?
Okay, say the question again.
What are the benefits of fasting if you take a longer staggered approach into it? Longer staggered approach into it versus just a day or two, which is putting your toes in the water.
Okay, so you should fast 1 day a week. You should fast 3 days a month. You should fast 7 days when the seasons change. You should fast 21 days before your birthday. And then once a year, you should fast 40 days. So a staggered approach, which is a 1 day, 3 day, 7 day, that is a staggered approach. You're going to do that over the course of a year. Now, you're going to ask me, well, why do I have to be so? Because you're going to cheat, because you have friends who eat crappy food and they're going to invite you out and you don't want to say, oh, I'm on a strict diet, I can't. Unless you have cancer, diabetes, or heart disease, in which case you can legitimately say, I can't do that. But if you want to be healthy and you fast on a regular, if you cheat one time, it's not the end of the world. But the fasting is the most important thing because your body produces DHEA, which is the precursor to the longevity hormone. So you want to have that DHEA. You want to fast on a regular so your body will produce that so you can live a longer time.
Is eating one meal a day okay?
Eating one meal a day is fine if you know what you are doing. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to stop eating and I'm only going to eat one meal a day. That's why you need a counselor. You need a guide to shepherd you through the process. I did everything backwards. I read all the books. I thought I could do it on my own, and I screwed it up. I didn't die, but I definitely screwed it up through trial and error. But that's what taught me what you can and cannot do. And I'm here to tell you, you want a counselor. You want somebody who's going to actually hold your hand through the process.
What are the benefits of intermittent fasting daily versus fasting for a period of time for physical benefit and spiritual benefit?
They're the exact same. You should do intermittent fasting daily, and you should do the other fasting as well. You should do them both. Your brain actually works better the less dense foods that you eat. I know people who live on juices for years. I know people who are fruitarians. I know people who live on blue-green algae for years, and they are so sharp and so clear. It's amazing. So yes, you can do them both. You should do them both.
Okay, that concludes all the questions for Ask Dr. Love podcast.
That's a wrap.
Holistic motivator and moderation. And as I said about your clothes, you look stunning. Rachel also agrees with that. She says, I love the outfit that you're wearing today. Great colors. Happy day. Thank you for all your information.
Well, green is the color of the heart. And all I can say is today's Friday, Venus's day, the goddess of love. So the chi that you create here today, open your hearts to love yourself as much as you love others.
So we're always taking questions, but we don't give the affirmations. So leave some affirmation for Dr. Love.
Leave some affirmations for me. Leave some positive
comments. Love and thanks. Thank you. They appreciate you.
And don't forget to like and share the podcast. And if you go to Dr. Love, there was a Facebook Live this morning, which you can access, where you can see us dancing in the rain. We were doing Qigong in the rain this morning.
Yeah.
Ole, 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 ole. Ay, 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 ay. Blue Dragon, Qigong. So we have a lot of fun, and we only hope we can share that fun with you. And we hope that we can brighten your day if you're stuck in the house. If you're not stuck in the house, go outside, stamp your feet, wave your arms, Qigong 7 days a week. If you want to put Qigong in your game, your life will never be the same. Blue Dragon, Qigong. So your health is in your hands. Prevention is the only cure. And if you want to be well, you've got to Chi well. Monday, we got a new podcast starting at 10, just before this podcast. So we'll put comments, we'll post in the Boost Your online Qigong class. We'll post it everywhere. So hope you enjoy. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you get to the beach. Hope you get to the park. Ride a bike. Skateboard. If you've never skateboarded before, get some knee pads. Skateboard. I love you. Peace in. Love out.